Good day everyone, my name is Shanice Emripolio, a first-year B.Ed student from Caraga State University. And for today's video, we're going to tackle about the Module 5 Lesson 3, which is the Assure model. So, before anything else, we're going to find out what will be the lesson outcomes of this module. Number 1, describe the Assure model as a guide for teachers. Number 2, identified essential tips and planning instructions. So since we already knew the lesson outcomes of this module, let me welcome my two lovely group members, which is Miss Glisditoy Bikilia and Miss Gladys Antipasto, for they will welcome you to the world where assurance is given to create a better planning as future educators.
Before we go deeper in this topic, let me introduce you first what Assure model is. What is Assure model? Assure is an instructional design model that has the goal of producing more effective teaching and learning. It is an instructional design model that teachers can use to develop lesson plans which integrate the use of technology and media. Assure is an acronym that stands for the various steps in the model. The following will be the breakdown of each step and will be introduced to you by Ms. Gladys Antipuesto.
The following is the breakdown of each step. A. Analyze learners. S. State objectives. S. Select media and materials. U. Utilize the materials. R. Require learner performance. And E. Evaluate.
The first step in this process is to analyze the learner or analyze learner characteristics. In this step, the teacher should analyze the attributes of his or her learners. There should be a focus on the learner characteristics which are associated with the learning outcomes desired. In analyzing your learners, you should include their general attributes, their academic abilities, age, gender, interests, learning styles, and many more. The next step of this instructional design model is state standard and objectives. This step consists of a specification of what the learners will be able to do as a result of the instruction. This step will focus on what the learner will know or be able to do as a result of the instruction. The objectives can be used in assessing the success of the students, perhaps for the grading process. Also, you can use them to let the learners know what they will accomplish through the class.
The third essential element of the Assure model is to select methods, materials, and media. After you state the objectives, you are going to select the materials or methods that you are going to need in planning instructions. It is important to select the best materials for your students because it will create a better learning for them. Also, you are going to select the materials or methods that will suit the objectives of the students. After you select the methods, materials, and media that you're going to use in planning instructions, the next step is to utilize them. And that is the fourth essential element of the Assure model. The utilize methods, media, and material step is where you develop your plan for implementing your media and materials. For each type of media or materials, the teacher selects and describes in how they are going to implement the media into your lesson to help your learners meet the lesson's objectives.
The fifth step of the Assure method is require learner participation. The Require Learner Participation step requires you to describe how you are going to get each learner actively and individually involved in the lesson. Students learn best when they are actively involved in the learning experience. Whatever your teaching strategy, be sure to incorporate questions and answers, discussions, group work, hands-on activities, and other ways of getting students actively involved in the learning of the content. You should seek to pay close attention to your learners and feel confident that they are truly grasping the content and not just listening. Participating in the learning will facilitate this level of understanding. Allow them to construct knowledge as opposed to trying to teach them knowledge. The last step of the Assure method is evaluate student performance. Here, the evaluation should be matched to the objective. Ultimately, this last stage is the most important. You must evaluate the instruction process from start to finish using the objectives you created in the beginning. Here are some examples on how to assess students' learning and performance. Having quizzes, creating assignments, creating exams, assessing group work, and using concept maps.
Any effective teacher knows that the perfection of their technique does not come overnight and there is always room for improvement. By following the Assure model or process, you will be sure to improve your teaching for many years to come.
Thank you for watching.